I
mean, COVID is 28th on the list of flipping deaths. So you've got 27 other things before that.
Come on, man, look at this.
But everything they're telling you, or where they're telling you, just like, where they're getting, are they just macking these up as they go along? They are.
There's new figures match what you got on your
Of course there isn't. No.
That's fear. It's the fear.
That's exactly what it is. Put the fear and control into people, that's all we do.
And what my son's unity and that now petrified for us now.
Over the last 4 years, we've done all this to make everything. We've seen it happen.
My father, he's got cancer, he can't get no treatment now.
No.
His part of work, he's been getting tested for COVID, he's been getting paid for it. Company's house did the test, I said, come to the house, I said, it's like your table, aye. Did me test now, you got 25 quid in his wife for that. I said, my father got a front cancer, he's got bone cancer and prostate cancer, and I said, I'll see you on phone in 3 months' time again. Now I took his bloods and out, I said, no, I says, I just follow up with people now.
Well, that's what they're going on about the hospitals, right? The lowering capacity this year than they were last year before this shit started.
But they're stretching them on the news.
Out wrong with you, get yourself away home and go and suffer.
And they tell the news, they're like 1 day off being over the stretch. You think, how are man? Talk away from us. How much are people going to take? Tell you what it is, everybody gets together and say no.
That's it too.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it.
To the hill.
We're not doing it.
I know.
Well, that's what Donald Trump did. We use Facebook, use Twitter, use every single platform you can get your hands on.
It's to support people who are like-minded people, not buying into the COVID crap. Basically, there's a bigger rhetoric completely. COVID for me is the red herring. The red herring to bring in and implement every single thing they have behind it. If people can't see by now what is happening, your freedom's taken away, your liberty's being taken away, your rights being taken away. If people can't see what's actually happening by now, then honest to God, I feel for the lot of it. I really feel for the lot of it. I fear for anybody and everybody. I really, really do. I want to stand up and make a stand, fight back and say no. You know, I'd like to know anybody that doesn't know anybody that hasn't been affected by this, whether that's family. You can't go and say your loved one, you can't go and say now. There's nobody stopping me saying me father-in-law who's terminal with cancer. There's nobody stopping that happening. There's nobody stopping me saying me nieces and nephews. There is nobody stopping me saying me brother and my sister. There is nobody. I might not be here this time next year, and so I won't be having another Christmas with them. At the end of the day, that's what it boils down to for me on a personal level, and nobody is taking that right, that freedom away from me. End of. I don't have to comply if I don't want to. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with what's going on. I'm sorry, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Bloody hell, I'm the last person that would be a conspiracy theorist. But the facts are there in plain sight for everybody to see. Go on the ARMS website. Go on the ARMS website. Go on the NHS website, right? What people are listening to on a black box, propaganda, data out there, 24/7. Once they get people locked down and they sit in front of that telly and what that site, right? Office of National Statistics, see where it's telling you, because it's not what your telly is telling you. Get on the NHS website, see the data. It's not what your telly is propaganda out there. And everybody needs to get off their bloody arse and get the facts for themselves. We've done it, right? We haven't sat back in lockdown and just took what a black box on a wall plugged in has told you to be true, factual, or anything else. It's going to affect every single person. It already is.
Facts.
It already is. Is anybody standing here today? Is anybody not being affected by this? Whether that's not seeing your family, not being allowed to go where you want to go when you want to go, not going to have Christmas with family, not being able to see people and seeing his wife for 14 weeks before she died. He got 5 minutes in the QE hospital. My husband got 5 minutes with his mum, right? An 87-year-old with vascular dementia. She ended up with kidney failure. She ended up with pneumonia. And it was going to be claimed as COVID if we didn't stand our ground and say, no, you're not having this one. End of. In the bloody hospital. And anybody can call me a liar if they want, right? May God strike me down. I am not a liar. Hospital was empty. 8 wards he had to go through to get to the one his man was in. And there wasn't one person in a bed. So I'm sorry. No disrespect to the NO lights flashing and everything. Then I'm sorry there's not people lying, dying in bed from COVID. I'd like to know how many are from COVID and how many are with COVID. Because there's a big difference.
Well, even on the statistics,
Big difference.
on the statistics, under 20-year-old, there was only 10 deaths in 10 months. Yet we shut all our education system down. Kids suffered without sports days, exams, degrees went by the way. You know what I mean? And all for what? 10 deaths? That's not proportional risk. And the old people were shot into the care homes, infecting each other, where the over 80s was the most infected and dying. And it just happens to be the end of life. Yeah, but I'm saying it's the end of life category. I'm not being disrespectful, but 81.8 is life expectancy in the UK.
Yeah. Fact.
All facts, all seen on the Lord's website. Under 44-year-old, the majority of the UK, 60% of the UK, 566 deaths. That's it. And they had underlying health conditions, the majority of them.
Yeah.
We can't let this go on.
Still no signs to say a new virus exists.
No.
On Earth can prove it. The first time, so there's no virus.
We know exactly. We know what it's. Aye.
So there's no COVID-19. So no shit.
Bit of a flu.
No flu.
Aye.
That's it.
Even on the ONS website, you can go back years and COVID it.
That's a fact.
Fact, exactly. Nice one.
all due respect, we're here today to pay respect for people that fought for us to have freedom.
That are getting
To have
disrespected.
freedom, to have liberty, to have a choice, to have a voice. For me, we're here today to pay respect to those people. Where I feel humanity, I cannot help this, I feel very, very, very passionate about this. Humanity is letting those people down.
Totally.
All those people allowed to go to work, I've been allowed to earn a living, I've been allowed to have nice holidays, I've been allowed to spend quality time with my family. People are just disrespecting all of that. Now, by you're locked down, everybody runs in, everybody's wearing a mask. Excuse me? If I thought for 1 minute, seriously, I look at every single person here now, right? If I thought for 1 minute I was going to be killing anybody, right, by not wearing a mask, I'd be masked up now.
If it
I
was
would
that
be
prevalent, but it's not.
I would be masked up now.
If we were losing
Right?
family members,
Seriously.
gym members,
Seriously,
if
I have
we
never
lost
wore a
public
mask
members,
since this kicked
then
off.
I would be the first one in the house saying, now you've got to
I
lock
have
yourself
never
down, there's
wore
a
a
bad
mask
virus out there.
since
But
this
the reality
kicked
of it is, there is no plague.
I've been
There's no
around.
plague.
I've been around.
Drug
Mother-in-law
addict, street
vulnerable.
China,
I've been around
coming
my
out there
father-in-law
beyond us,
vulnerable.
we've
I've
seen
looked
that
after my
nowhere
own
else in the
dad.
world.
I've worked. I've never had so much as a sniffle, a cold. In fact, I've yet to know how many people. Can you put your hands up? How many people know anybody that's had COVID? Officially, COVID.
Well,
Anybody.
How is it classed as officially just because they're being tested?
Tested positive, excuse me, tested positive on your PCR test,
PCR
that's
test.
84% inaccurate. NHS, so she got a phone call from Track and Trace on Thursday to basically say she had to isolate for 2 weeks because the person she'd been out with on Monday had tested positive. There's nothing wrong with her. There's nothing wrong with her. She has now got it. She can't do her business or anything. There's nothing wrong with her. Nothing. I've got a really good friend, lives in Doncaster, works in a care home. Gets tested every week. First test, positive. Go home for 2 weeks. So she's home for 2 weeks. She abides by all the rules. She's not a gobshite like me, right? Sorry, but she abides by all the rules, right? She's gone in, she's done the right thing, she stayed at home, she got in her car, she drove back to work after her 2 weeks isolation, and this is a fact, I'm not standing here lying, I wouldn't lie to you, I've got no reason to. Walked into the building, had to get tested, and got positive tests and sent straight home again. So a month stuck at home, right? Self-isolating, she'd never been anywhere. Went back to work after her isolation was over, tested negative. Was work for a week. They get tested every week. After a week, positive again. She's now back at home. So out of 7 weeks, she spent 6 weeks locked in the house for nothing. Nothing. And all the time, those staff have got less about a virus. That's why the virus is the red herring.
Who's seen a
That's
testing
honestly that's
station
all I've
that's
got to
busy?
say.
Has any one of you seen a testing station that's busy?
They're empty. That's why you've got them out in Liverpool now.
Listen,
That's why you had them out in
there's 3 in
Birmingham.
Hartlepool. I was sat having fish and chips next to one the other day. I know the other 2 were doing out, so I was sat next to one having fish and chips the other day. And I never saw a person go in the hour I was sat. Well, I wasn't sat an hour, but like the time I was sat there having fish and chips. So I thought I'll Google it when I get back. How many testing stations is there in the UK? There's 50 proper big tents in the UK. There's 20 NHS facilities, and there's 15 what they call satellite stations where you can go and pick a test up from to post out yourself. There's 52,000 tests done every day. Divide that by the 85, 600 tests per centre per day, and they're only open an average of 6 hours a day, so that's 100 every hour going in. Show me one test centre in the country that's doing
Testing centres in
Tested? And they've come back with positives?
Monday, we've got 3 testing centres in Hartlepool, and I've picked people up who have been getting sent to Leeds to be tested. Because the Hartlepool ones are full. I drive past them.
Do you know what that's for? So the people travelling to Leeds from Hartlepool, because they can't get the full one, Hartlepool tells them all Leeds hours are full. And the ones from Leeds are probably getting sent from Hartlepool and coming to Hartlepool and getting told them, telling them that all Leeds ones are full. But in reality, they're all empty.
We know people, we know a couple, right, that got sent a letter and they got offered £50 each, right, to have a test done at home, i.e. somebody comes out and tests it at home. £50 each for your first one, right? They done it. Second time, they get £25 each. These got a letter through the post, the little carrot being offered this. They have a test every week, they get £25 each to have it. If you're talking a pandemic, a bloody global pandemic, who needs to pay you to be tested? Excuse me, but there would be millions upon millions upon millions of people. What? They'd be dropping by the droves. It's a load of bloody rubbish. I'm sorry, this is how I feel. And
We all the same. We all feel the same.
But those are my feelings. And I honestly think we're all being had over a barrel completely. Smash the economy. There's been a definite plan. Break your country up, smash your economy, get a divide, right? We'll have a complete financial reset. You'll all, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
It's happening.
You can all go cash. United Nations, World Bank, it's all done. It's a done deal, and every government has signed up to it. Right? This is what you're up against. And there's 7.5 billion people on this planet, right? And if everybody is just going to sit back and take this instead of pushing back, there's 7.5 billion of us against a handful of the people out there trying to control every single thing on this planet we live on. This is our world and all. And until people are going to stand up and say, no, we're done. I mean that, we're done.
Well said, well said.
We are done. We have 99% of the people, bloody person, I'm only 5 foot for God's sake. You can't take on the world, but collectively people can, and they can take on the system. Everybody they're just settling for it. I can't believe it. I've never been so disappointed. No disrespect to anybody standing here. I've never been so disappointed in my fellow man. I've never been so disappointed in humanity. These people are going to let this happen. It's happening to all of it. Sitting behind the settee, hiding with a bloody mask on, listening to the propaganda. I'm sorry, that's where I stand. Sorry.
Well said. Excellent. Thank you very much.
No, you will. I'm disappointed where I am after
Thank you for that. Thanks, well said.
We had given each other, because we on Thursday we
All right, awesome. We need more.
This is not allowed to happen.
Unbelievable heartfelt speech there. I think that's the majority of us saying the same type of thing. We all need to get together here. At the end of the day, the only ones that can help us is the English Democrats.
An extremely peaceful protest, very respectful protest with a lot of people who served in the army here, a lot of the members of public, taxpayers, workers, people who have their own businesses getting abused by a government who is unlawful, a corrupt government which is definitely unlawful.
Nah, I didn't want one of them fucking dodgy ones you're buying. Cheap tabs there, up and down. Out of the shop as well.
Out of the shop. A lot of people talk. A lot of people talk.
So there was police standing on the steps last week and I said,
We're swiveling around seeing all the people
wherever we
talk.
get,
Oh, I see, awesome.
I said to any just get it first, use our front line.
See, I've never had a flu injection.
I've never had it.
And I won't have it. I won't have any injection.
The problem being, you're going to be told it's not mandatory, right? But what they'll then come out and say is, you can't travel without it, you can't work without it, so if that's not making it compulsory.
Not yet.
I don't know, I've always got something responsible. I hope he's got something that brings these
I mean, I think he knew from 4 years ago when he got in, they want him out. They've fucking tried everything, having this, that, impeachment. They've tried their best, having and this was their chance to get him out. The Clintons, a whole lot of people laughing, rubbing their hands now. I hope he's got some of them. I hope he has. For God's sake, I hope he can fucking expose them.
I mean, look what happened to fucking JFK. He'd want to expose the fucking corrupt bastards, and look what happened to him.
Yeah.
He got fucking took out.
They've tried to take Trump out.
But that's
Got two lookalikes, man. Now which one the ships?
Trump a look-alike, fucking hell. I'd tax some down, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but they reckon if he's wearing a red tie, he's the real one. And you're the tie, it's the
in the beginning it was
lookalike.
what was it? It was help your neighbour. Now it's shop your neighbour. Get what you're saying that.
Giant
That's
son
an easy
now. That's devastated. Now go back to the old Montaigne McGreen, but that's dying.
I have never used it.
But the other business kit, the ultimate kit. All day long, you know, for melting injection.
You like to get wrapped up, you though.
But that's good. That's good.
Said something they didn't understand.
It's here in
That's right, you can find them. You've got the
Wouldn't
top.
be much, would it?
they will stand but
See, this morning, the police is Eddie, wait, this morning came in and told me this morning, this won't be happening next week. He said, oh, really? Right, he said, right. That's what I said, I'll be shutting you down next week.
Right, Eddie knows his constitutional laws. You can't do a fucking thing about it.
£200 fine.
I'd like to see that stand up in
They are
court.
stepping up, they are pushing it. Definitely pushing it.
Surely no court land can fucking find anyone, charge anyone for it. It's bullshit.
We know this.
Any decent judge is fucking not even look at it. It's fucking wrong. I didn't know anyone who's been.
For 10 grand, said, and I'm not even paying that, said, I took them in court.
No, exactly
Said
right.
they spend 24 hours a day shutting me down. For 5 days, stuff. He said, I'm taking kids to council the court again. So I'm not paying a penny.
It's hard to say the next move, like.
Sorry, you
They're
can't
going to
go
have
out
to
to
make a
well,
statement, or
we
they're
can't
going to have to
approve
fucking
the
back
place.
down altogether, like. I don't want them to
Those are
make
more
a
secure than
statement in a school or anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To get out with
The smoke and mirror attack.
Just how long in the fucking drag this out,
Going
man?
through Parliament when nobody's watching.
See, mandatory it's not laws, it's the people think, you know, massive mandatory, people think that means, is it northern or panicking? It's not, man. I didn't shut his gym do it, he's just got signs on the door, I'm company's place yet.
They're our representatives. Police don't know what the fuck they're doing.
The NHS are shitting themselves at the moment.
Themselves, that was
They
right.
are fucking shitting themselves. Like, I've got a fucking case. Whoa. What they've done to me, I've lost my fucking smile this year. That's what I'm doubting. That's what I'm doubting because of the NHS. And never mind the fucking and I'm reducing it all the way. And funny, my Fitbit records all my life for the last 2 years. And I've sent it out, and I've shown me heart specialists, I've shown me specialists with my condition, and the rest medication I'm taking from the NHS to keep me healthy, the better I'm becoming.
Jimmy isn't having it, eh?
That's interesting, yeah. Seems like I've got 3 stents in an extremely rare condition. Severe asthma.
Lots of vegetables, there's lots of herbs, there's lots of...
There is, all the weeds, all them weeds, what they tell us to put fucking... into dangerous. But no. But it's coming, it's definitely coming. A lot of upset people.
I either woke up and they were fucking locked in, weren't they? Fenced in.
I think when I seen it, the most intelligent people on our planet is going to university. But now they're getting penned in. What the fuck? The Durham University have been silenced. So I still talk to the psychedelic lot, and they're being silenced.
You ready to hobble off like?
I'm ready to hobble in.
Oh, well then.
I'm going to go slow.
Didn't know what steps you're getting up like. Well, it's been nice to meet you, lads.
Alright, take care, mate.
Alright, and you.
Take care.
Excellent, cheers, mate. Thank you. Cheers, nice to meet you. Aye. Great.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're the 70-year-old woman?
Disgraceful, or what, eh?
Give a little talk, you know, and
Freedom of speech.
freedom of speech. There's no such thing as freedom.
Exactly.
So the police at 70. So the police had me all rushed in, and everybody was shouting, "Leave her alone, she's done nothing wrong." But they wouldn't, and I wouldn't tell them who my name was. And
You don't have to, exactly.
They wouldn't have it.
What a
And then
disgrace.
they dragged me across the road. Now I've got osteoporosis, I've got vertigo, but they dragged me across the road. And I have bruises on my arms, and then I wanted to get us in this truck, and I said, I can't get in there, I can't reach them. Well, I'm thinking about it.
I would. Yes, definitely. You've got a right. That.
You've worked all your life. I think
I mean, they've assaulted you. They've assaulted you and wrongful arrest, wrongly arrested you illegally.
What? I got a video of it. Everybody was taking videos and that, you know, and you can see them dragging us across the road. Everybody was shouting.
This is for, it's a visual sort of that people can see that and go, oh God, I don't want that being me. That's all it's for.
Yep, another scare. No, it shouldn't. Good on you. Excellent.
But people have seen it, and there's another scene planted. You see? Transport.
And I will not do what they say. I will not stay in the house because I'm over 70, so I think, oh, I've got allowed to go out. Stuff.
Nah.
That's me swearing. I am not doing what they say. This is my life, and I've got freedom.
Yep, you have.
I will not take any notice of it. Oh, the brainwash.
But I suppose,
They're in a coma now, like.
it's down to us to try and get these people, like, look at, try to get them to
When
listen.
you look at it, how much money is it Hancock or the other one? They're given to these people who are doing all these injection stuff and the tests. He's giving them another load of money.
Aye.
You're talking millions. Why is he doing that?
Well, where's the money coming from? Where's it coming from? Just billions and billions are printed.
It's coming from, and who's in charge of all of this? The money's coming from them. And then what's going to happen is, when we've got no money left or anything,
That's where I say,
Aye.
you know, so therefore you're a conspiracy.
conspiracy. It's like, well, no, we're not.
No.
With the intelligent talk that we've seen in the bigger picture.
What you are, you apply common sense, you apply logic.
Exactly,
That's what you do.
common
They're
sense.
not relying, they haven't relied on people applying. As far as we are the thick masses, the thick, uneducated masses. I stood here last week and I said, right, no disrespect to anybody from the NHS, no disrespect to any of the police or anything. I said, but at the end of the day, you need to be on our side.
Choose your sides.
Because whatever's going to happen to us happens to them first. They line them up and they'll inject them first. They line the NHS up and inject them
Kids can
first.
fight your life because you're going to accept this. See you later.
We'll be told, if we don't have the vaccine, we'll be told, well, you're not going to be able to shop, you're not going to be able to work, you're not going to be able to travel. And if that's not making it, i.e. mandatory is not law, know that. It's not law.
That's North
Yeah.
Korea by the ticket system.
Yes, we know. We
That's
know.
North Korea by the. Do you know the
We know.
ticket system in North
We
Korea?
know.
That if you don't do this, and this, you don't get that ticket.
Oh,
You can't do that.
Yes, yes. But this is what they're trying to plan. This is what to get the uptake on the vaccine, which we know is Mr. Gates's.
Right,
Yeah.
Well,
You know what it is? You might not believe me, right? You might not believe me, but about 32 years ago, when I was living in Australia, right, I seen him. I went in the shop. I was going down the beach. I thought, oh, I'll get a mag just to read. And I went in the shop and I seen this mag and I thought, oh, I'll buy that. But the guy on the front with glasses on, not younger at the time, but my gut went like that, right? You know your gut feeling, your instinct. And I just thought, I didn't understand. Like, why? Who's this? Who's that? Who's that? Didn't understand till I read the thing. And, oh, Gates, Microsoft, blah, blah, blah. Just actually blasted. When I started years ago, and I started saying stuff about this guy coming up all the time now. Oh, what does he do? Oh, he's done Microsoft, and then he infects the bloody computers with the virus. Excuse me? Yeah. So then, right, to have the software, yeah, all your software stuff on, right, okay. Oh, apply that to the human race, right? License, your print, money. Soros for me is obviously he funds all your anti-FIFA, he funds all your Black Lives Matter, right? I haven't got a racist bone in my body. I couldn't care if you're black, white, yellow, or pink dots on. You treat me right, I'll treat you right. I could not care, right? But you look at what's going on now, right? So somebody got beheaded in France, right? Or a coincidence, but everything kicking off, right? And they're claiming it as terrorism, whatever, right? You then get somebody in Nice, bang, bang, bang. They've got people shot in Nice. I'm only going to go back, right, to all the influx we're getting from across the channel, and it's not families, it's young men. Young men.
Yep, bring the army.
Right, I don't doubt for 1 minute that's not an army, right? And they're all over our country, countrywide, from the top to the bottom. All in hotels, 4-star hotels,
You can wear your sword.
all in the hotels, right? And any time he wants to flick that switch and unleash all this shit on us, then he can. And honestly, people just don't see it.
I mean,
It's
we've been
it's
watching
like-
this for months and
honestly,
months.
it's like, I don't know, it's like people have got blindfolds on, it's like they've got earmuffs on, it's just like that, they're completely, don't say it, but you're a conspiracy theorist. If you put all the bits of the jigsaw together, you are a conspiracy theorist. This has been going on for a long time. This hasn't just, excuse me, this happened in China in December, whatever. It's been planned for years.
Of course it has.
My
Every
husband's
war
niece-
gun is.
My husband's niece worked in China when this all happened. She worked in China. She was stuck out there for 12 weeks, couldn't get back, right? They were literally nailed into their apartment out there. But when she eventually managed to get her flight back, she got back. She isolated herself when she got here because it wasn't raging. Here at the time, there was no lockdown, there was no nothing. Isolated herself. She was back here about 3 weeks when a lockdown came here. Boom. So she came back, all the horror stories, what was going on out there, came back. She's back in China now. She's back and she's been back in China for 8 weeks, right? Wouldn't even know anything had happened. No second wave, no nothing. She's working, teaching again in China now, right? Excuse me. We are, what, March? We're now November? Excuse me? No second wave in China. Their economy's booming, 4.9%, fact, right? Fact. She's working out there. A day is normal. There's nothing. They're all eating out. They're all doing their normal stuff.
Oh,
Rest of the
partying a
world.
lot, man. We are.
The whole of Sweden.
Herd immunity, but would they listen here? No.
Right, look at where he's running
They
us.
don't want to listen because herd immunity would just put it all right. I don't believe we haven't already had a herd immunity anyway. I don't believe it hasn't already happened. Honestly.
Every time I go...
PCR is all that's driving this now. That's all that's driving it. That's why they're pumping away it. Pumping away it, right? Are you seeing anybody collapsing on the street? Are you seeing people dying by the drove? No, you're not.
I'm sick of trying to say that to people. I'm sick of trying to tell people the same thing. Where's this fucking...
They're frightened to die and they're frightened to live. That's terrifying prospect. That's just terrifying. That absolutely terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying.
It's absolutely training.
They're being conditioned. They're totally conditioned now. You know, they're conditioned now. They're Doesn't matter what they're told to do now, they'll do it. They'll do it. That's what's frightening.
And friends and family.
That's what, yeah.
Well, that exactly. It's causing a rift between friends, family, and work colleagues with this.
Between me and my family, never. Friends.
Oh, well,
yes,
how many friends are you going to lose?
But to be fair, it's actually opened my eyes to how people really think.
To who?
And how people, and no disrespect to them, if they are so easily taken in that way, then that's fine. But I'm not.
We've all got highly intelligent friends amongst us, and these people who still believe this, you think, well, how fucking intelligent are you if you're listening to all this shit?
We are.
Are you that intelligent?
I stood here last week, right, and I said, it seems to be, and this is no disrespect to anybody, it seems to be the more educated people are, the more easy they're taken in. The more educated, the more paperwork and stuff, because they're already indoctrinated into the system. They're already there. Where like, yeah. I mean, I left school with just exams, and that's it. Wherever I've got now is where I've earned and where I've made over my lifetime. I didn't have this high flying idea about a fantastic high profile job. Blah blah blah. I just wanted a life. I just wanted to live. I just wanted to enjoy my time while I was here, and that's all I'm about. I don't need hundreds of thousands of pounds in the bloody bank and stuff. I just want quality time, that's all I want. Quality, that's all I want. I don't need all the trappings, and that's the trouble now. We're in a society now where everybody wants to be better than everybody else, and everybody wants the bigger house, the bigger car, the better clothes, blah blah blah. I'm not bothered as long as I'm healthy, as long as I've got my health, as long as I'm fit, as long as I've got my family and stuff, I'm rich as far as I'm concerned. And that people have lost all perspective now. And that's how easy it's been to get people. That's how we look how quick it happened. It took nothing. It took nothing. And straight away you were going and you seen who was like-minded and who wasn't straight away.
Of course.
And there's some people I thought were really logical, sensible. Honestly, I've never been so shocked. I've never been so shocked. Honest to God. I stood here last week and I said it seems to be, and this is no disrespect to anybody, but the more educated people were, it seems to have been easier to apply that. Yeah, really has.
God,
and it's because the government are telling them, well, it's the government, and when would your government not lie to you?
Right, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Oh, why the government?
Why would the government not lie to you?
Are these people? They've been lying to you all your fucking life, man. Do you think?
I've worked all my life. I've paid all my bloody tax and what have you. Do you know what I mean?
And it's the common man who goes in the army.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Common man who goes in the army.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Aye, the government told us. I've got to believe the government. They're here for us. Yeah, you fucking idiots or what?
The same government that have got all their money invested into bloody shares and vaccine, all your big pharma.
Why, aye.
They've got,
I mean, Gates with fucking GSK, GlaxoSmithKline.
Exactly.
They know exactly what they're doing.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
The majority of our energy is French.
Yeah.
You think, well, how will pay? It's our country.
See, that's what they've done with us over the years.
The royal family is still...
It's to break everything up. That was to break everything
royal
up.
family is still pissed off with the Russians because the Russians start to kill the Germans, right? So once we get rid of Trump, take our country apart,
disassemble it.
Right will be East and West will kick off.
Yeah.
USA will always stand with us, but not with Biden.
Not with Biden.
No,
they'll just fuck us off completely.
Not with Biden. At least with Trump, you had a shot with Trump.
And because we're close to that, this is going to be the final solution, really. It's all back around. Yeah. And once we lose our queen,
which is nailed on.
Aye, April, she's gone.
Nailed on.
Aye.
And do you know why
Boris will not be for behind her, because he'll jump ship him.
She stayed in power.
He wants to get into fucking hiding.
He'll jump ship.
She stayed in power to stop her son from taking realms, because there's always another dodgy German in the family.
Just where they are.
That's why she stayed. That's why she stayed, to protect us from him. Well, he's coming in April.
No chara.
Aye.
No chara.
Oh, aye.
No chara. And he just sided with the powerhouse.
Yeah, in the final
solution. He'll not give a shit about us. Not give a shit.
None of them do, man.
As long as him and his lane's all right, he'll not give a shit.
Germans is fucking hell.
How are you chicken?
All right, good to me.
You what?
So the tartan Trump again,
They'll not have it.
no, no, no. Trump's our angel.
Yes. Yes.
Without Trump, we
Yes.
are absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
you
like
still-
it, but this, like
No, he'll still fight. He won't
No,
go.
what
He
I'm
won't
saying
go without a
is-
fight. But
they're saying like the left wing and the right wing are all part of the same bird and they control both wings, which I can believe, you know what I mean? But he's still a rebel within that bird. Of
course he is.
You know what I mean?
He's not a
of course
politician.
he is.
He's a man.
He stood up.
His
at,
wing will fly in his fucking lawn.
He stood up at Davos, right at Davos, and he said, "Not into globalism. Don't stand with globalists." Anger at Davos. It was 2 days later. Soros stood up and said, "Trump is just a little problem which will be rectified." There you ain't going to let him win, mother.
Need to sign up to them.
Aye, aye. Unite.
Yeah, once we lose our Trump, we just miss through that. And it will go to the final solution. And the Germans will be back in. Russia will kick off with the West.
That just clips out to the bottom. Alright, right. You take off first so then you just like clip out the bottom and then it just drops down.
Disgrace. The amount of people that have stopped at home because of this.
Shutting the Remembrance Day, he would. He'd turn these fucking grave for this. Absolute disgrace.
Alright, are you ready, Hobblong?
I am indeed, sir. I'll take up the speed of the gazelle.
Right.
Didn't manage to beat him calling us soldiers, you know what I mean? So
But that's why I didn't want to be
Nice to meet
disrespectful
you.
about that.
Aye. Right, okay, ready? Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
No problem.
thank you.
Take good care.
Aye, it was an awesome speech that, like, aye. Yeah, I know.
Even writing it, I couldn't I couldn't hold it together while I was writing it.
I know.
You know what I mean? And like since that big,
I know.
I've always had a lump
I
in my
know.
throat and Remembrance and I didn't know why it's rushing in.
But
You
the
know what I
day
mean?
was important, Eddie, because there wasn't a
I'll
platform
tell you.
anywhere else for people, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And people came here for that the day. So
was good,
it was
I know.
important.
Yeah, it was important. Fucking necking more than bombs flying over the fucking top.
But I'm saying, if this year, if it was left, becomes next year,
Oh,
it's
no,
left,
next
becomes
year.
Now we've got to keep
But
this, keep going.
that's what happens, though.
disappears, aye.
That's what
Don't
happens.
read about our
Yes,
history.
they do.
Completely.
They do. They do. And then it's just the
you get it
past
all?
and it's forgetting
Aye,
about.
aye.
Then bring alternative education, which they've been doing for the last 20 years.
Yes, exactly.
We have got this to be on my YouTube anyway, so aye.
Changing the colour of our 007, which is a fucking disgrace.
Yes.
Nice one,
Changing the
Tuesday.
colour of our Santa.
Yes.
Changing the gender of our
Changing gender in general. But and I couldn't care which way I couldn't get. But I don't believe in DNA and stuff in your vaccine and stuff like that. Huge agenda. Huge agenda. They'll be sterilised and all sorts. People will not know that even getting sterilised. Do you know that?
So that's what are they putting in this? Like, what is? I mean, the first one died. You know, there's your vaccine. Fucking, he's dead.
We got a letter this morning, believe it or not. We've had post on a Sunday for the last 3 weeks, right?
Honestly.
But he got a letter this morning from his doctor's surgery. Basically, they need 14,000 volunteers. We live in Chesley Street, right? 14,000 volunteers, right? So they'll even transport to go and have this done. Blah blah blah. He couldn't believe it. I was abroad. I could have showed you the day. He went, "Hey, what the hell am I reading here?" Blah blah blah. He can't even get an appointment. He rang up because they sent me a letter saying his prescription needed reviewing, right? And he's fine, right? But it was around, you need to make an appointment with the pharmacist. You can't have an appointment with the doctor, right? The pharmacist. So he rang up it was about the 30th, I think, October. 24th of November, you can have a telephone appointment with the pharmacist.
That's all it is. That's aye.
His dad's got cancer, terminal cancer, right? We can't go a doctor out.
No.
You can't go an appointment.
No.
Nothing.
Unless it's COVID, we didn't want out to do with you.
Video over the phone.
I've got to tell you this. touch with this association, and we'll give you all of our medical reports. Whatever is in me, we are immune to viruses.
So use
all
it.
Viruses.
Use it.
Right? So you should be utilising what's in the 400 of us who are in the UK. I have an extra chromosome.
Right.
Oh, so because you've got the extra chromosome, you've got that extra
immunity.
Oh yeah, because I've got the extra female chromosome.
Right.
I'm XXY.
Right.
You're double X, you're XY. I'm your next generation. We don't get flues. They give me 11 lots of antibiotics this year to fix an infection in my mouth, right? Fasted for 5 days and got rid of it.
Yeah.
Completely. All of us keep on posting through our Clientele Association. That's what it is. Flus or viruses, but all we're immune to them. So when I see doctors, I'm like, yeah,
but
you want to fucking utilise this, man.
The problem is they don't.
No, they're not.
No.
Right, lovely to meet you.
But they don't want to say.
All right. I mean, it's disrespected. It's like what I said to her last week. Keep them open. As much as they might not be getting seen by as many people as you think. If we're only waiting one person up, that's what
I've done it. Reactivated it for
and because we are soldiers of today's fucking world, you know what I mean. And we've got to get everybody awake. And you can get your headspace, but don't come off. Don't leave your page open. Get your headspace. Come away for a while. Clear yourself and go back.
Honestly.
That's the best way to do it.
Because them soldiers in the trenches couldn't get out and go and have a fucking cup of tea. You know what I mean? The ones that fought for the freedoms that we getting took off us, they couldn't get out the trenches and see that I'm going to have a cup of tea and fucking leave yours there. We have to keep going, man. We have to keep plodding on.
We will.
As much as a lot of people.
What did I say? I said a couple of months ago, didn't I? When we first started doing this. The challenge would come from the middle, and I still believe that the challenge will come from the middle. So you do have like this is going to happen to them.
Well, yeah,
it's going to happen to everybody. Yeah,
I don't know what
everyone. You call the guy. I don't know what you call the guy now. He's the one that served every MP down in Parliament. They've all been served with paperwork. Every MP, right?
All the police were served.
They've all they did all the main head offices. But there's a guy who he's never lost a case. But there's 4 barristers on this with him as well, right? And it'll come from the middle. And I've said that it'll come from the middle.
I 100% believe, and I don't know. You know what I mean? I believe.
Same.
It's spiritual.
I just don't see. I don't see humanity coming to that end point.
No,
I just don't.
I think we'll be up.
I just don't see it coming to that end point. Not for a minority group. It's where this has been left open and where it's always been dangerous is a small minority of people having that much wealth, which then gives them all that power. Gives them all that
it is.
Excellent. Why?
I wouldn't hop along. Right, Eddie, we're aware. We'll catch you next time, mate. Thank you very much for today. Are you going down the ramp? Or?
I'll do concrete, mate. We'll get better. Oh, hello there. Hello there, sir.
Boxer.
Hello.
Look at his face.
Hello there.
Like, am I going to bite?
Get over there.
Round.
Yeah, he was.
I know.
It'd be nice to get a big monumental speakers up.
No, it was definitely touching that when Eddie was fucking speaking, wasn't it? Fuck me. But there's your passion right there.
What was the wheel about? Who a lady working for the NHS and she can't
Even speak. Aye. Afraid. So yes, you lose your job, lose your fucking house, lose your life. It's a fucking disgrace. It's fucking horrible to see people in that situation. Fucking disgraceful.
Our regiment were there.
Aye.
Quite a few decorative soldiers. Like the guy from there who's been decorated from the police force, he was there. And I do believe I spotted a doctor there.
Right, so what's saying is, in YouTube Live, you can either end the event, archive it on YouTube, or keep it active so you can resume it later. Keep event or finish event.
Archive it.
But that's not saving it on my thing, is it? Do I keep? No, I keep it if I'm going to continue, isn't it? So I'll finish it. Resume it later. I don't want to resume it later. You can either end the event or keep it active so you can resume it later. I don't want to keep it